What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to your stock market alert. Buy the rumor and sell the news. It is Thursday, February the 2nd, 2023, just after 11 a.m. here in Atlanta. And I once again want to put my head in the guillotine and say that if you bought stock in December on my recommendation, and I'm talking about NVIDIA, Tesla, Meta, and recently, once again, with Carvana, then it's time to pull the ripcord. You need to take some, if not all, your profits, because in today's video, I'm going to share some red flags that are telling me that this massive short covering dumb retail money rally is about to come to an end. So ladies and gentlemen, pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, ice cold beer, glass of wine, whiskey on a big rock. Here we go. It's a little dark. It's pouring rain here in Atlanta, so I'm messing around with the lights until I get my studio up in the next couple of weeks. The desk is going to flip around. You're going to see a beautiful logo. We're going to have a big screen TV over here. I'll be able to have 3 guests, including myself, on the screen. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Can you imagine? Welcome to today's Small Biz Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. And boy, do I have a treat for you. Today's special guest is Martha from marthaschocolateChipCookies.com. And before the end of today's show, I'm going to give you a coupon code because you have to. And I'm telling you, you have to. Get your hands on a dozen of these cookies. Can you imagine? That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about life. We're going to occasionally dive into the world of politics, in particular how it affects our small businesses. We're going to talk a ton about the stock market, including how to invest. And if you heard me many times on Twitter recently, you marry your mutual funds and you date your stocks. You never see a stock go from the lower left to the upper right forever, right? They all get crushed. Meta was down almost 80%. Tesla was down almost the same. In the middle of December, right around the 15th of the month, I was saying all in, Tesla at 105, Facebook or Meta at 88, NVIDIA at 112, and Carvana, I first mentioned it, at $4. And I told you, watch, here come the downgrades. They're going to tell you to sell it all because they might be going out of business due to a liquidity problem. And then Goldman Sachs and all those slimy motherfuckers were in there going, good. And now, after the biggest month for the NASDAQ QQQ in 20 years, and you got stocks like Carvana that are currently trading at $19 a share, it's time to pull the ripcord as they recommend that you buy what you sold them a month and a half ago at less than $5 a share. So I'm going on the record once again, and then I'll cover our stocks before this, hopefully, somewhat short video is over. NVDA right now, 216, and again, we're just after 11 o'clock East Coast time, approaching noon actually. 216, NVDA, pull the ripcord. If it's me, I sell it all because I bought it at 112. If you don't want to sell it all, you sell half and use what's called a trailing stop. It's very easy to do at your broker. I use E-Trade. I love them. You can use a 2, a 3, or a certain dollar stop. So if it pulls back from, say, 216 to 210, you're out. So you're going to risk, what, 3% to the downside because, look, we live in a crazy world. Look who's running the country. Some guy that's got a hair sniffing problem in second command would laugh her ass off at a funeral. This is a total shit show of the highest order. We never know what's going to happen. So when you have stocks that have doubled, or in Carvana's case, CVNA, $19 a share. Where's Meta right now? META, 192, and Tesla at 195.5. Let's call it 196. Sell them all if it's me, or sell at least half and use a tight trailing stop because, again, this is largely because of short squeezing and a repositioning based on the bond market anticipating that the Fed has one more rate hike of a quarter, if that, in March, and then it's over. That's why Jerome Powell, if you watch the press conference in yesterday's video, I didn't have the luxury of doing it until after. It's almost like right? In the last several press conferences, he was tight, he was scary, he was authoritative. He was like, I'm going to take your 401k. I'm going to put your grandson out of a job. This time, it's like, it literally felt like he smoked some dope. He was ready to go on vacation. In fact, he sounded like he was on vacation. So that was his way, in my opinion, of saying, we've done our job. We're at the end of this line. We're now going to hike maybe one more time in March. That's the bond market. The 10 years down at less than 3.5%, and they're saying they're going to 5%. Bullshit. That either means they're done, or they're going to, as the dot plots are starting to say, they're going to start taking rate hikes back in the fourth quarter. Maybe 50 to 75 basis point cuts in the fourth quarter, because we may have a recession going into next year right before the election. So I don't have a bell. But I am ringing. This is my jewelry, my Viking jewelry from Norway. Grimfrost is about grimfrost.com. Pretty good shit. I'm ringing the bell. I just told you to sell those 4 stocks. Now, with respect to what we own, we demonstrated last year, as I take another sip of my coffee, we demonstrated last year, the first half of the year was the worst bear market since 1970. And as I said many times on Twitter, follow me at Try Small Biz, the first 6 months of 1970 were terrible. But then we had a 26% rally from July to the end of the year in the S&P 500. The same shit's happening right now, right? We got down to what? 3,600 and change. Right now, the S&P 500, hold on one second for me, please. 4182, sell. 4182 at almost noon on February the 2nd, 2023 is a sell. Now, here's the good news. We broke that downtrend line of 4100. It took us 3 times, and on the 4th attempt in the last year, we busted through. So what does that mean? That means the bear market, for all intents and purposes, is over. The only, because we now have a series of higher lows and higher highs, especially in the S&P and the Dow, which is starting to choke. It's down, 110 right now. It was up 10 earlier. So the bear market is over, but it doesn't mean that we can't pull back and retest what was resistance, which can now become support. So it's very possible, in my opinion, we could go down 5, 6, maybe even 7%. If something strange happens, because again, never forget who's running the show. I got hairy legs. I got hairy legs. And the kids used to come up to me in the pool and they used to rub my legs down. You got big profits. I'm taking all or at least half. We have demonstrated, on the other hand, with respect to trading small cap stocks in particular, it doesn't really matter what the market's doing. There's always what's called a channel. Even a stock that's locked in a downtrend, it's going to sell off to the downtrend lines of support. And I pay attention to MACD, RSI, and stochastics. Those are the 3 big technical indicators. And when they're all rolled over, and I always speak in third grade language, trading at less than 20 across the board preferably, or 30 on the RSI, I want to buy. And I've used this analogy before. I had a woman write me and tell me how vulgar I was. I hear you, my mom. My mother just said, don't be rude and crude. Well, I'm about to be rude and crude, Ma. I apologize for that. 75% of my audience, according to YouTube Studio, is men, average age 45 years old. So fellas, when your testicle is the size of a grain of sand and you're starting to sing Archipelago, time to buy. Time to buy, right? You're going, oh, fuck, why'd I get into this? I knew he was going to run into a brick wall. You can't 11x people's money. I never should have bought this stock. And then, kaboom. It's happened more times than we think. And then versus right now, as I just went through with all those 4 stocks in the S&P, once again, at 4182, sell, pull the ripcord. Everyone's partying, right? Oh, yeah, get back in. Who's the stupid motherfucker that's paying $195 for Tesla right now when he could have bought it at $105? You're talking about 85 to, in Carvana's case, CVNA, 350% returns. That is something that you need to get out of right now. All of it, if it's me, half of it, maybe if it's you, but you got a tight trailing stop. Can we go a little higher? Of course we can. As I said, and I want to talk about a major red flag I just shared on Twitter with respect to the largest hedge fund in the world. I said this repeatedly when we had record high put call ratios in December. We had massive negativity. The average retail, which is the dumb money, was panicking. They were the ones selling Tesla at 101, 102. Now they're the same stupid motherfuckers that are paying close to 200 for it right now. But I kept saying, amidst all the negativity, not only was it an all-in moment where we made 299% fact in 5 stocks, you can find out what they are on Twitter, but there was $10 trillion in money market account money, the largest pile of cash ever. So I said at some point this selling is going to end, and then people are going to go, oh, I got to get in. And now you got FOMO, fear of missing out, and instead of doing what they should have done in the middle of December, ringing the bell, they're chasing shit right now. So what? Maybe they make 5 or 6% more in those 4 major names, but they could easily come down 10, 20%, especially in the case of Carvana. So I've made myself clear. Buy the dip, sell the rip. Make it, take it. You made, on my recommendation, and I recommended all 4 of those stocks in December, you have doubled or tripled your money. As far as I'm concerned, you get the fuck out of at least half, preferably all of it. Now, quickly before I let you go. By the way, you'll notice I pin on Twitter all of our holdings every night. So if you miss me during the day, check it before you go to sleep. Sometimes you'll be able to get in better than I did, but if you see one that takes off and runs away, just wait. There'll be another train leaving the station. I've also stopped my political rants during market hours. I save it for the weekend or during off hours. So from 9 to 5, I'm a money-making fucking machine. We have people that have made up to $20,000 in a month. And how much have they paid me? $1 a day. Are you shitting me? All right, so GMBL, wow, what an opportunity. I was just in there buying it literally seconds ago at, I think I got it as low as 0.102. My average is 0.1068, buying it for the second time on GMBL. LHDX, I'm trying to buy more at 37 cents or less. PBLA, nice little breakout going. I think I saw it shoot to what, 166? Now it's at 160. The $15 million offering on Paul, Barry, Larry, Allen was at 2.25. So I saw it washed out at 148, told you to buy it in the last couple of days. I think it trades into the upper ones, $1.80 to $2 a share. At that point, we get near our typical 30% ripcord pull, and we'll take profits. So if it gets under $1.50, buy it, but it may be gone for now. ENSC, heavy insider buying. The guy filed late. He bought 500,000 shares at about $1.25. We were buying it at 69 cents a few days ago. It shot to 88 cents last night. I sold half. Right now, it's currently at 78, so we're up 12% on it. I think it's going higher than 88, but again, when you've got 26% in 2 days, I make it, I take it, so I sold it after hours. BBIG got a report within, I think by the 13th of February, 2 back quarters, then an end of the year by March 31st, when they're also going to have a new CEO. So BBIG, I buy it in the 60s all day long. My average is around 78. So at last trade 74, we're almost break even again. Now, this is the last one, and then I'll let you go. XELA. I own it at 078. I also own COMS at 078. That's at 0735. I'm not so much concerned about that one. The XELA is just down, down, down. There's been no rally whatsoever. Record lows at 056 2 days ago. Is it at the market offering, a massive dilution? I don't know. Are they about to do a chapter 11 or do a massive 100-to-1 reverse split? I don't know. But it is starting to show signs of hope. It goes up to 6.25 to 30, breaks that trend line, falls back down, but it keeps setting higher lows. If XELA can close above its most recent breakdown candle, where it broke down and set a new low, then it gets back up where it broke down, which would be 063, especially if it's on volume, then it's a trend reversal. Then I think it's got a chance to start running. So XELA, if you got a full position, stay. If you don't have any XELA right now, you can buy it at 6 cents or less. It's worth a shot. And if it gets back over that last breakdown candle of 063, preferably on volume, she's going to take off. And there's been stocks, and you've seen them. We've owned some of them. Fucking Hellbiz, HLBZ went from 12 cents to 55. We pulled the ripcord in the 30s and the 40s, and at 54, I said, buy the rumor, sell the news, the title of this fucking video. And where did it go to? 21 cents. Where is it right now? 23 and a half. So I'm not buying any because I don't trust the CEO as much now, do we? And you know why that is if you were following me on Twitter. So ladies and gentlemen, make sure to do that. Get yourself a premium membership. Thank you to the 7 or 8 who have joined us in the last few days. I will not let you down. And always remember that I absolutely love you guys, and thanks for watching.